Here we go. Time. Beautiful. All right, it's map number 1 here of the quarterfinals number 3, starting in the top right-hand side of the map, playing as the Blue Night Elf. It's of course live. Gonna be going for some Ancient of War creeping as well. And his opponent surprised everybody. He wrecked Moon in the 2 maps that he won against him. It's of course the Russian player playing Undead. It's Happy. Looked really good, I think, against Moon. That one game on... what map was it? There was this one map, the one that he lost. It was weird because I think he was doing well, but then he got creep jacked on the top right, or like he took a fight that he shouldn't have near the mercenary camp and then ended up losing that one. But I think it was Echo Isle, and then another one where he basically got 3 majestic surrounds in a row. Went for Naga second and then just killed everything there was to kill. Kept on getting the heroes of Moon, and Moon just had to tap out like pretty fast in those games. It was an absolute rampage. Demonstration here out of Happy, so hopefully he can replicate that performance here, because he's facing somebody that made it out of a group with some very good players in Remind, Lowlight and Fly. That's live here. Definitely the guy I'm the least familiar with, I think, in the scene nowadays. He and 120, they are definitely like some, you know, sort of new generation Warcraft 3 competitive players. And like I said before, I think it's really nice that we've got new guys coming onto the scene like this on the game that is not considered the top esport, might not even be really considered an esport at all. You know, it's very a minimalist scene with not a massive amount of tournaments, but there's a little bit of a resurgence of Warcraft 3 tournament-wise. Like, obviously, you know, I organized these tournaments, and then I realized that there were quite a few other tournaments that I needed to mine. You know, there's Tiara Cup on every Sunday that I didn't want to clash with. There is a Gold Championship Series, WCA qualifiers, so there's still quite a few tournaments. There's also like some cups similar to this very tournament here that were organized. Like I think it was U1 Cup and Panda TV Invitational. So Warcraft 3 tournaments are popping up left and right, and people are pretty happy, I think, to get to watch that game that they spent a lot of time on. We're not gonna have any spiders, obviously, here, because this is versus Night Elf. So Happy, he loves his goals. He opens with Unholy Aura first. Demon Hunter is already going to be level 2 and headed across the map here to do some harassment. And so far, no tech, just a third moon. Oh my god, this is sick always when you can place a wisp like this. I'm going to go straight for a mana burn here, knowing that the Death Knight is pretty much level 2 at this point. Sending wisps all over the place, even rallying some archers across the map here. Life gonna have to be careful. Happy showed some really good surrounds against Moon. Gets out of his first one. He's playing with fire a little bit here. He's even attacking that ghoul, gonna force a death guard on it. And Happy will at least secure that creep here quite easily, but Life has already been super annoying here up against this. And now the death guard is forced, and that's gonna be his last one for a while here, because he's only got mana. Actually, he doesn't have mana here for another one, and there's mana burn available. Keep that in mind. Life, you don't want to play with fire too much, especially against somebody like Happy. It feels like he's trying to break his confidence here by dancing around him and telling him, well, you might have surrounded Moons many times with these heroes, but hey, you're not gonna surround me, so keep on trying, bro. Okay, that's gonna be going straight into tier 2 there. Wouldn't be surprised to see Graveyard maybe being made. Vargulls used to be pretty common, but like regardless of if you get them, you know, being able to get some upgrades, whether you want to go into Ghoul Frenzy or anything, well, play with fire, you're gonna get burned. But in this case, he's just gonna have to staff out, and he bought himself a little bit of time where Happy there wasn't creeping, but he actually gets a pair of boots here. Keep in mind the damage that has been dealt here on the Death Knight is very important, because if Happy wants to play aggressive, his Death Knight might be targeted, and he might be forced back a lot faster. Gonna get his own boots, I guess. Yeah, I didn't have the money just yet. Couple archers as well here running around. And he spots the attack coming. I think it feels like as if Life, he studied those games of Happy versus Moon very well, and he's very, very well prepared here. That Untrestle is not gonna finish. He targets that the whole way. Now when the Night Elf comes back and there is a lot of Moonwells full of juice, that's when you need to be really careful not to throw away too many units, because the Night Elf units usually are not gonna die when this many Moonwells are there to keep them alive. He's trying to attack these wisps here on the wood. Let's see if he can get some of them. I'm gonna click on the Death Knight so we can... Yeah, he got at least one there. And see the experience here, how he's doing. Forces one detonate on one single skeleton here. But this already has done quite a bit of damage here. Those ghouls and skeletons doing quite a bit. Forcing some wisp transfer here. Might have to click this one on the Moonwell if this was to be targeted.
Under attack.
Is that a ghoul? Oh, that's an archer here being chased. Another wisp here, almost dying. Gonna get a shoppy out of this, which I don't think could be cancelled there. But, oh, actually he's good. Gets it. That was so good here, but Happy gets back in there. Banner burn is pretty obvious. Or, okay, yeah, at least gets that one. And behind it, we've got the graveyard on the way. No second hero yet. He could start that now, or he could start tier 3 very fast if he wanted to here. Could Happy. But to be honest, like, sure, there were a few wisps that were killed, and Death Knight, I guess, got a little bit closer to level 3, but I think that Life made so many wisps on wood in the start that I don't think he cares too much about losing a couple. Oh, actually he got that. Nice. Yeah, you can see his wood, like, he's got so much already, so double Enchanter Floor is gonna start. And Happy grabs his Naga here. Remember that because he gets boots, this is so much faster than a regular Naga, and I think he's gonna wanna aim to get a bunch of archers. Still, one of the trolls there, his Naga is gonna be targeted pretty much immediately. Gonna be a war here where they try to target everything else but the heroes. Happy with a little bit of hesitation here. He has to go all the way around with the Naga. He's trying to get a surround on his opponent's Naga. If he got it, I think he would force it. Maybe a snipe. Actually, there is a Cloak of Shadows, so Death scored at the last second here on one of the ghouls, saving it. And Happy is gonna be pushed back, I think. I don't think he will have to TP. Careful for that frog here. You wanna dodge that if it starts blocking you, it could be a problem. Now, Tree of Eternity has started on the other side of the map. Black Citadel on the way as well. He's gonna start a slaughterhouse now. And he goes into Fiend production.
A player's forces are under
Happy.
attack.
Usually, obviously with this, he's gonna be getting a Lich third with Orb of Corruption later on. And really take out some of those units really fast wherever he can. Happy is still trying to be aggressive. I feel like 99% of Night Elf players, they would fall apart here to this aggression from Happy, this constant aggression, but Life is making the most of it. Look at this. Those heroes from Happy are not healthy at all, so even though he's chasing him away now, Life is staying alive in the midst of all this, and he's closing in on level 3 here with every passing second. Oh, Happy, because he's gonna steal this maybe? I don't think. Oh, maybe he got it. One more ghoul is gonna fall. No! Oh, can he block it? Yep. Gonna shoot one time with the Naga. Oh, that is sick. Happy is so good with the micro. Like, you give this guy Unholy Aura, and to be honest, he has adjusted his style very well of getting boots on the Naga here, but that one's gonna get chased now. The Naga of Life is the one with the boots, so that's gonna go down. Wow. That is such a high level Undead versus Night Elf here. If this weren't either of these two players, like, anybody else would have already been in so much trouble, but both of them are doing a good job of salvaging the situation. Every single time it starts going south, then now all of a sudden, Life is going to be able to secure a level 3 very easily. I don't think Death Knight can do much about this, to be honest. If he comes close, he's going to get mana burnt super easily.
The player's forces are under attack.
And Death Knight will look to try and get that level 3 here in a second. That also delays actually the production of the Lich here, because he has to remake the Naga, so that was a terrible timing to lose his hero at. But now Demon Hunter is level 3. Roots of the Claws are gonna be beginning production. Does he actually want to equip this? No, he wants to shop, I think. That's it. No, he wants to pull it back. Okay, interesting. I'm a little bit surprised that there was no stats about yet, because those heroes are gonna be under threat, in particular when they're this low on hit points. Happy, can he steal that maybe? Coil! Oh, he doesn't get it! That was so close. So close to level 3 as well. Like, he would love to get that before any sort of fight happens, but now gonna be pretty much out of mana, so I apologize for the observing, by the way. It's not been the best, but I'm doing what I can. I'm so used of the StarCraft interface nowadays, which is very different. That scrolling here giving me some trouble. So Orb of Corruption gonna be picked up soon. Frenzy is now on the way. Just gonna wanna use these ghouls here to try and get a full surround on these archers, take them out super fast, get some extra XP, remove some of the DPS of the Night Elf army, which, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. Like, you know you're gonna lose these archers here almost no matter what. But at least they occupy these ghouls for a little bit, and then ghouls against bears are not exactly the best of units. The Night Elf will rely a lot on the orb.
Player's forces are
But
under
they are-
attack.
He's actually trying to harass here across the map. With just the Demon Hunter, knowing that he has a staff, there's nothing that can interrupt a staff out. Like he would have... I guess he will need a Dreadlord with Sleep or a Crypt Lord with Impale. And actually just gonna force the staff out here. Which I don't think Life cares too much about. As long as he doesn't die anytime. Oh my god, Greater Healing. His Greater Healing and Orb is gonna go straight here to that Demon Hunter. And we're gonna have a very scary Night Elf army here. Looking to try and pre-jack the Undead in a second. I don't know if Happy is ready. He gets a mana pot here, that's a good item, but he's gonna start the fight with no mana on two of his very important heroes. He might have to TP. I'm not sure what he's gonna do here. If he tries to fight this, it could be a big mistake. Naga comes in, 4 lightning level 2 hits immediately on the Death Knight. He's got an Influence available. All of these ghouls are so low and he's not even targeting the archers with them. Finally he tries to go for them. Influence gonna be popped here. The Lich is taking quite a bit of damage. He's gonna have to mana pot and coil her. Demon Hunter going very low. He actually didn't give the Greater Healing, so he might have to stop that. But Happy TP's out first. Yeah, so that was a big win here. I think Happy should have just TP'd immediately. He really didn't kill much. He was forced to TP and he's left with the Death Knight very low on hit points, whereas Life is still has his Greater Healing, still has his TP. Completely heals back to full hit point the Demon Hunter.
Player's forces
And then
are
behind
under
is
attack.
not really having lost that much other than the archers. He's just gonna keep on creeping. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a race unless they meet on the map, which I think Life would be happier to take that fight. Uses Core Nova here on the Demon Hunter, who doesn't seem to care too much. I can't believe the Greater Healing still is not on this guy, but no need apparently. Happy loses 2 heroes pretty much instantly, and Life is gonna take map number 1 here. In very convincing fashion. Absolutely crushing through Happy here. I had never seen 2 undead heroes die this fast here, but I guess it was because of everything that had happened up to this point. So the defense of Life the entire game against the Naga of Happy was quite excellent. Very, very nicely done here by Life. Already in map number 1, but keep in mind it's a best of 5. It's far from over. Let me check something. I think we're gonna jump into map number 2 ASAP here. Seconds. Yep. All right. What map is it gonna be? Last Refuge up next. And then we will have Ancient Isle, Twisted Meadows, and Echo Isle if they are needed. Yesterday we saw a 3-0 and a 3-1. I'm hoping we see some 5 maps series here possibly. That would be cool. Again, thanks to you guys for joining us. We're not going to have any break in between maps here. We want to keep things smooth. So we're going to keep on playing. And then when the series ends, that's when we'll have our first break. And then when we come back immediately, that will be the second quarterfinals of the day, which will be the final one. And then once we know our top 4, we will have to wait about a week. Because next Friday, that's when the first 2 semifinals, the only 2 semifinals will take place. And next Saturday, on the 22nd, I believe that's when the grand finals will be. That will be a best of 9, actually. So we're even going to have to add some maps to the map pool. Because it's only 7 maps right now in it. So for a best of 9, you need 2 more. And I think we've decided on, I think it was Secret Valley and Nomad Isle, I believe, if I remember right. So waiting to get on the way here in a second. A very good first game here out of Life, who honestly, like, he looked super convincing. Obviously there's always the ping argument where I think he has obviously a lot less ping than Happy, but even like regardless of that, he definitely did very good here. Alright guys, you know what? I want you to be part of this loading in game here, so Look at his beautifulness. Alan Walker, also known as Light. Interesting nickname, actually. Must be a fan. And starting in the bottom left-hand side here, actually score-wise, it's perfect. It is, of course, Live, sorry. Won game number 1 with a Demon Hunter and some good Enchant of War creeping, a Naga second, and then straight into Dryads and Bears. Gonna be going for a similar build here, I'm sure. Here. Close it to increase. His opponent, playing as the yellow undead, is of course Happy from Russia. Sadly for him, didn't find a way to have any success against that style. That, to be honest, I think counters him a little bit. I really think that if you can play with the Naga second and play very well defensively, you're gonna be able to do well a lot of the time. I noticed that somebody mentioned that the game sound was quite loud compared to my voice, so I will lower it a little bit more. Hopefully that does the trick. I was trying to talk kind of loud so to make up for it, but yeah, I hope it's good now. Let me know in the chats. We'll hear this basically 3 minutes from the moment I say it, because that's the delay that we got on the stream, 180 seconds. So, gonna go Acolyte Scouting here, Will Happy. I really think that the way he played it was okay. It's just like there was a few things missing, like even, say for example, that coin on the left-hand side that he missed, where he was like 1 pixel away from level 3. I think that could change the game a lot for Happy. If that somehow had landed, problem is that when you play against somebody as solid as Life, and he's on 0 or like pretty close to 0 delay, it's going to be very hard for you to pull these moves. Like your opponent really would have to make some sort of big mistake out there. Enchant of War creeping will begin, and snare on that one Archer. Don't want to get that Acolyte and snare, so don't come too close. And I think Life will make sure that he knows what he's up against exactly here, in terms of what hero and everything. Oh, okay, ring, that's not the best. Nice wisp, actually, kind of hidden. I don't think you can see that particularly. Okay, you moved it. Now it's been spotted. We have Unholy Aura here. Oh my god, you can't attack it? Oh, that's so sick. Unholy Aura was selected too, so you can't even coil it. Gonna be going straight for another champion, it looks like. Happy preserving as well his Road of Necromancy here. Didn't try and look for any kind of ship or something. Get a few skeletons to help him with the creeping. What does he get here? Sentry Walls maybe would be one of the good items. Oof. Oh, okay, well. Not bad at all. This guy knows every single wisp spot that is OP as hell. Look at this. You can't even attack it. So sick, I didn't even know that was possible. Level 2 Demon Hunter here, gonna try and put on some harassment, much like in the previous game. He lost a bit more hit points this time around though. I wanna see like a first person VOD of Life. Because like his wisp placement is just so look at how much he sees on the map, everywhere. I mean, not that an undead will go and creep this camp anyway, but say he was to try and hide something, like he sees there, like anything that would walk through this avenue. Just insane how good he is at this wisp placement. Death Knight in process of trying to get level 2 here. Thankfully that ghoul's not being attacked, because otherwise might have gone down. Death Coil finally going to be available in a second. He's going to go and pick up some boots plus a staff here, knowing that Happy is playing with a lot of ghouls and loves to go for these surrounds. I really like the way he's playing this, to be honest. Again, 4th Moonwell, no super early tech, like you don't need to rush to your tech here. I mean, you would die or take too much damage a lot of the time if you did that, so... Again, I really feel like Life is countering the style of Happy very, very well. Okay, well. Could have gone for that actually, but he wouldn't have needed a unit up there to scan. That surround not going to be achieved. I mean, Demon Hunter with boots is pretty hard to surround. He turned around for a second, kind of tempting Happy a little bit. Yeah, I see mixed reviews in the chat here about the volume. The game is barely audible. Okay. Is it?
A player's forces are under attack.
I hope this does it. Still trying to get a surround. Oh, he almost had it. So he's gonna get it. Yeah, in between these rocks here. Oh no, he doesn't. I thought I was in. Oh, that is sick. Getting a dust as well to try and get some of these archers. That one ghoul gonna have to suicide. Wake them up. Oh, demon couldn't actually go through. He's gonna try to go for the surround as it is purged. And Happy not finding any success here surround-wise in this series so far. Let me know if these audio settings are good. I mean, people have mixed opinions though about them, so it's very hard to make everybody happy. You know, like after I changed them now, some people are happy, some other are like, nah, music is too quiet, whatever. So keep that in mind. Like, try to be kind about the settings. Double lore gonna go down, and this time it's not gonna be a Naga. I think with the way this has gone, seems like Life is confident enough to go straight into a Panda this time around to try and do some power creeping maybe himself, get that Panda to level 3, and then deal really well with whatever he's facing. He's just so consistent with everything that Ancient of War, you know, he moved it at a perfect timing to finally go for some Ancient of War creeping on that location, so mechanically he must be very solid, I think. What's Happy up to? He's trying to find where Life is, but I don't think he will be able to on time. Like, he will finally get there, but the one main creep here that he could have tried to kill is already gone. Was prepped, and a greater Hindville potion as well was captured. A nice breath of fire here. He's gonna hit the Death Knight. He's trying to get that tree, but keeps on eating more trees here to heal up. I don't even think that's gonna go down, to be honest. If he keeps on healing trees here, eating trees here, he's gonna heal up very nicely. Happy, almost had it. Yeah, he's gonna get it at least. Okay, at least something happens, but I mean, it's not even that major. Like, his Death Knight took a serious beating for it. And behind this, there's not gonna be any slowing down here of Life, and he's creeping in the next minutes. Or for a while, to be honest. Sacrificial Pete, so you might want to go Force Worms here on this map. Maybe try and take a different approach. The one that he took last game. Black Citadel about to go up. XP Tome, oh my god, he's really lucky, to be honest. Getting like Sentry Walls the way he did, then in Greater Invuln. Like, these are all very good items, amongst the absolute best of what you can find, in my opinion. Definitely getting Fortunate here and there was Life here so far. Happy's gonna move in there, make sure he doesn't get his big Ogre Magi here stolen away. His Death Knight keeps on taking a beating, it's insane. Like, it is close to tank. He can't get statues soon enough. I think rushing for Black Citadel without getting a Slaughterhouse first here really makes it difficult for him. Get that, but this time around, keep in mind, we didn't have a Naga second. And Lich is gonna be targeted here. He has one Death Coil available. Of course, one of the ghouls here, and the Greater Invul will be used pretty much immediately. Staff is available. I think he's gonna staff that demon last second, maybe try and get a steal before, and doesn't quite get it. That's Happy finishes that on time. He could target the Panda. I think he wants to do that. He knows that the demon could get staffed in a second. By the way, Greater Invul lasts forever. Like, oh my god, what was that? And he dual staffs the demon hunter back to full hit points, straight into the fight. Life is not joking around. He's gonna get some more ghouls. He'll even finish this camp if he wants to. And Happy got his own Greater Invul, so that's not bad at all. Like, if you head into a fight with a lot of mana, you use one Death Coil straight, and then you use Greater Invul, you will definitely be able to use at least one more. It just doesn't end, does it? For if Happy had been able to get that, it would have been so nice for him. But now another Tome of Experience grabbed by Life here. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Detonate here. I've had 2 skeletons. Not sure what the reasoning is, especially when you know Undead will move back up that ramp in a second to take that out.
Player's forces are under
Cade is going to start to do some serious stalking here on this army, while Demon keeps on trying to harass across the map. Spider production is on. Boneyard is now being made to add some Force Worms against these bears. It's pretty hard to win against bears without Frost Worms, to be honest. But even with them, it is hard because the opponent can make Dryads, he can target them, Mana Burn counters the Tri-Hero of Undead perfectly. What does he get here? What would be the best thing that he can get? I guess Greater Healing or Greater Mana Pots would be nice, but that... Ooh, taking a lot of damage. And a boy. Getting stunned here once again. You don't want to be losing this to creep. And keep in mind in the meantime that Demon Hunter being mis-microed a little bit. Whoa! Death scores. Okay, he left just the units down there. That was really close here. The statue almost died for it though. Oh. Guess he can absorb maybe some from this inner fire. Some extra energy if he gets both. Oh. Where is he? Happy. Being on the job. Oh, okay, finally did it. Got about 50 mana here from it. Rid of the claw. And now starting. And it's just a creep fest here so far. I think Happy must have seen this base start because he had a shade there, so I think he might run down there, get a cancel, and then pull back. And interestingly enough, I guess it would be pretty hard to go into Tri-Hero here for Happy because he's getting Frost Worms, which take a lot of supply. I think it's 7.
Players' forces are under attack.
So he's staying on 2 heroes. He only made the Leech second. There is nothing else being added on here. Nothing like a Naga or thing like that. It's just going to be Death Knight and Lich. And I think from seeing the cancel that happened on his base, Life already knows that Happy is going to be there, so he's going to rush to that location. Happy ideally should be finished with it when he gets there, but it's going to take a while for him to clear everything. Gets the item pretty quickly though. Frost Worm is there. Does he actually want to engage? Yeah, he might. I think he might have enough here. Having this many Dryads and Bears. Plus the Demon Hunter and Panda might be enough for him to engage straight into this. Happy just TPs out. Wants none of this. Being able to steal a major camp like this across the map is very important because now Happy can go to work on this side of the map, on these big camps, but I thought he was going to attack here maybe. Okay, no. He's going to go for it. So the goal here for Happy is always carrying a TP, by the way. It's very important.
Are under attack.
Is to get these heroes as high level as he can, get as much money as possible, gold, I mean, from creeping these camps. Maybe even sell of the items that he gets from those, if they are like useless or not super useful. And before, why is staying below 50? Because then that's when he's in no upkeep. And Life or like is staying at 50 for a while, trying to get a good bank, getting some extra moon wells actually towards his expansion. That's very, very smart because he could end up fighting there later on. As I know that it's very hard to justify letting a Night Elf, you know, expand really and having that run for a long time without attacking him. So that poor Death Knight is always very low on mana. I think he's gonna wait for Life to pull back a little bit and then go right back to creeping that top left-hand side. Like this is the moment where it's gonna start getting scary here to take a fight for both players because one single fight could decide a lot. You know, who does well. Potentially even who wins and who loses.
A player's forces are
He
under
spots
attack.
that Happy is up there. By the way, oh, he finally scans for it. I was gonna say this shade is giving so much information. And Happy's gonna try to trick Life. He's gonna go all the way around and try to go for this. But this is gonna be revealed. This is what I was talking about. I think Happy can secure this very fast and then TP out before he takes too much damage. And I think he's gonna do that. Like this is worth it. If you have to use a TP to get this big camp, it's totally worth it. You shouldn't lose anything though. Don't TP too late. Okay, TPs now. Maybe get this one. He could have used Breath of Fire if he had. Grab another TP or no? Oh, he got 2 medallion. These are really good. I think it's agility plus intelligence. So if you give that to the Lich, both of them, you will basically have extra mana, attack faster. Pretty good. Keeps one on Death Knight though. Oh, he got a belt. Huh? I think the Fiend's at home. I think he's just looking to try and fly. Oh, is there a TP? No. Well, that's very risky what Happy's doing right now. Sure, he got the mobility here, but could lose a lot very fast. I think he's gonna try to force a TP. Yeah, there is a TP available. He could have gone for this camp, actually. That would have been much better, but not sure what he wants to achieve here. I mean, obviously he's gonna force a TP. I think he wants to force a TP and then fall back, yeah. Run away, because obviously he has no TP himself. Because he has the Hun or Holy Aura, and he's gonna go all the way around with that one. Yep, to make sure the Dryads don't slow it. I think get a snipe. So this is available, and this is available. That's pretty much it, nothing else. Life on 64 supply now, 1-1 upgrades. Not upgrading anymore. Happy is 2-0 on the Fiends. Not upgrading anymore. He's gonna pull some ghouls. And I think he's gonna go for it here. These Force Worms will take out these bears so fast. So all you have to do basically is create a separate group for them. Shift those bears. You have one destroyer to remove any kind of Scroll of Beast or Rejuvenation. And then with everything else, I think you'll target what's on the ground. I'm a little bit surprised to see a Greater Invul on the Lich. I do think that it belongs on the Death Knight there. We'll see if he fixes that, because that Death Knight is going to be taking a lot of damage at the front. There is really not much to tank. I mean, these ghouls, they will evaporate pretty much instantly. Keep in mind, there's still no TP here for Happy. He's committing everything he's got to this here. Demon Hunter's got not just an Invul, but also a Hellstone. And Death Knight already taking a ton of damage here. One of these Frostworms also gonna take quite a bit. Still trying to nuke that demon. He's gonna use the Hellstone pretty much immediately here. These Fiends being targeted down. I think he's trying to queue some of these Dryads. A lot of units here dying from both sides. Greater Invul might come in handy in a second on the Lich. Killing Scroll. A lot of units are solo here. Breath of Fire is just wrecking the undead army left and right. And one single Abomination finally joined the fight, but I don't know if it's going to be on time here to really do much. 2 destroyers are left and only 3 Dryads to target them down. He should absorb energy here from that statue. At least with one of them. Can he get the Dispel here? Okay, finally gets it. I think potentially Staff going to be used at the last second here on the demon. It's target. Oh no, actually he used the Invul. That Lich under huge threat, and I don't think there is any Death Squad available, so she's just going to run away. But Demon Hunter's got boots. So that's a dead Lich. I'm not even going to look at it. Actually, I am, because you guys, I know you guys want to see that die. Or it finally happens. Death Knight gets level 5 in the meantime, but so does the Panda. And I think Life has held and Happy. This may be it here. Oh, he gets the demon. No stuff. What the hell? He probably still lost, but somehow that happened. Yeah, I think he's gonna instant revive the Lich here and go for the chase. If he can snipe the Panda somehow. Keep in mind that guy's an Invul. 47 mana. Obviously an instant revive hero as well. Restarts with no mana at all whatsoever. 36 supply to 39. That was a sick fight here. That lasted a very long time. He might try to get Lich to level 5 here. Like Lich level 5 could be a big game changer. I don't think, yeah, Panda is already level 5, but when Lich gets level 5, that nuke just becomes so insane. Which it already is. I mean, look at the additional damage as well too. Like anything that gets targeted by all of his army with the Orb of Corruption is basically gonna be wrecked really fast. Maybe a regeneration potion here would be nice for the Death Knight, I think. I cannot read this. Not very good.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, okay. Gonna go for the Acolytes, I guess, but Happy really good, closed out his entire base. Like I said before, like if there is no Dreadlord or I think it's called Crypt Lord, then you're not exactly afraid of something that can interrupt your staff out here when you're looking to harass some of these Acolytes. You could have left the Lich only here actually. Close it, but maybe a little bit late. First Breath of Fire gonna be used here on these guys. Look at that Panda, he's making himself at home. He's gonna use another one, and all these Diggerads here will go really low on hit points. In the meantime, just kind of sitting at home with the Monitor level 5 casually. That guy's gonna have to staff out real soon here. Another Breath of Fire, oh my god, this... Are you kidding me? He's even gonna pop an Invul here to go for another one and kill more Ziggurats and lower the hit points on the gold mine. Maybe later go for another wave. Oh my goodness. Getting even closer to level 6 too here with this. Like this could play a big role. If he gets level 6 mid-fight, you can just transform that Panda and just wreck everything. Wow. Life is for real, guys. That guy is really good. Doing a lot of things right here and showing us a masterclass of how to play Night Elf at high level. More Dryads being made. I think it's good to have a lot of them because they do very well against Destroyers. And the these Frostworms, and there is not much ground to worry about, you know, in this Abomination. For the most part, you can kind of ignore them. I don't know if there is Abolish, but regardless, maybe you can use some detonates on these guys. He knows which one are real. There's no energy on these destroyers, actually. I don't know. Oh, I guess he already had made both, but he should definitely absorb a little bit from that statue, especially as it might be targeted here in a second. Leech is not level 5 here just yet. Rejuvenation gonna be popped here on the Demon Hunter. And the placement on those Dryads going straight behind this army here, trying to target some of these air units. Death Coil being used here on one of the Fiends. Still no level 5 for the Leech. That finally gets it here mid-fight, but that Frostworm is about to go down. He's using some target fire here on the Demon Hunter, but I think Life had enough time to get a bunch of potions. Whether, look at this, Heal Potion on the Panda, Healing Potion and Invuln Potion on the Demon Hunter, and like I said, those Dryads do great against air units. Happy is just getting cleaned up. And Life is just an absolute monster. GG is called, and he will go up 2-0 here in this series. Fantastic performance. The Chinese Night Elf player. Really, really clean. Can you actually swap the score on Craftboard? I don't think you can. It would be a great... Oh, wait. Can you... Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, my God. I should have done this yesterday. Well, okay. So I guess the scoreboard just got a whole lot better now that I know that I can do that. Yesterday, like, when on the map and the minimap, there is a player on the left-hand side. See, his opponent's nickname on the left-hand side looks kind of weird. So now Life, he was the red Night Elf, and in the scoreboard, he was on the left. Yesterday, there were a few games where that wasn't the case. So now that I know that I can do that, I will correct it every time. It will look better. I've improved quite a bit, I think, on like Warcraft broadcast type of games and shows during these last few broadcasts that I've done here on the game. Our third map gonna be Ancient Isle. And oh yeah, that was the map that Moon won against Happy last time. So I'm a little bit worried for Happy here. It's really sad actually if he loses here, because he beat Moon, like he had a good performance, but he doesn't make it to the money. Keep in mind, like, these are the quarterfinals. Whoever wins here makes it to top 4. Top 4 is where the money is. Our first place prize is $3,000, around $3,000, a little bit above. Second, I think it was 1,800 or something, and then 600 and 600 for a third and fourth place finisher. So if Happy wins this series, or whoever wins this series, at least guaranteed $600, which is not bad. Whoever loses here, sadly, doesn't make any money. And speaking of money, you guys can donate if you want to. Towards the prize pool of this tournament, there is a button just under the stream where you can see a Matcherino logo. If you click on that, it will send you to the Matcherino page where there is like all the results posted, all the details about this tournament, and you can donate yourself. If you can't give any money towards the prize pool, you can still help. There is still a few coupons available, so if you press donate and then enter Ting in the coupon code, that there is, will donate or help donate $1 towards the prize pool. So any dollar helps. I think there was about like 50 or 60 of them earlier, so hopefully keep on doing those, and we use them all those that were available. I see some people asking about VODs. The VODs will be up on Monday here, the VODs of today and yesterday. The VODs from the group stage that were played in the previous weekends are already up on the ESL YouTube, youtube.com/ESL. And there is a playlist for that very tournament called the Ting Warcraft Invitational, I believe. So I will be advertising it as well on social media very soon. You guys can definitely catch that somewhere. So Live, just like that, up 2-0 against Happy. I think it's really cool you can swap the score thing. I didn't know that you could do this, but finally, like, I feel like I've mastered almost every single aspect here of this Warcraft 3 shows. Like, everything goes smooth for the most part. The one thing that I'm a total noob at is the sound control, which I think I've now figured out. I don't think this volume thing should be a problem anymore. And hopefully it's good now. I will ask in chat. Guys, real quick. Okay, apparently it's good now. So hopefully, you know what? I'm gonna take a photo with my phone of the soundboard so that next time it can be the exact same every single time. Because I think some other people, they use this streaming room sometimes and they change like the settings themselves. Maybe this may very well be the best idea I've ever had, guys. Boom. Photo of the soundboards. Just like that, I'll know everything next time I come. But it's time for our next map. Gonna be Ancient Isle here. Night Elf versus Undead. For properly. Here we go. Yep, Happy's on the right hand side. Perfect. They introduced him not on purpose. So there he is. It's Happy. His opponent playing as the Red Night Elf is of life being up 2-0. We'll be going for some more Ancient of War creeping. You don't change a winning strategy. Just go for Demon Hunter, Ancient of War creep. Even I, Ancient of War creep with Demon Hunter and win some games against Undead. Okay, maybe not. I'm glad everybody in the chat, by the way, is agreeing that the sound is good for the most part now. There was one guy that said sound is super quiet. I really hope that's not the case. I don't think I can even raise it any higher anymore. So maybe your speakers or headset, I don't know. Or everybody else is good. If I can make 99% of people happy with the sound, I'm happy myself. No pun intended. With Acolyte Scout here gonna be done once again from Happy early on in this game, and I'm not sure exactly where he's going wrong here in these games. He hit some good timings as the second base of the Night Elf was being set up, but I think life it was just a little too good. I think there was also, he definitely got fortunate in a lot of ways because of the items that he got. Getting Sentry Ward, 2 tomes of experience, I think it was 1 Greater Invul. Like those are like some of the absolute best items you can get. Like say if he had gotten Mana Stealing instead of Greater Invul, it becomes a lot worse because he already has a Demon Hunter that's taking away the mana from the Death Knight. Instead of Sentry Ward, say if he had gotten the one of Hallucination, that's a much worse item as well. So definitely, I would say life been getting some pretty good items, but I mean you can't really take that as a lesson of a series you lost here from Happy. There has to be other things that I think he can do better. Maybe landing a couple more surrounds. I think the balance of creeping to attacking was pretty good. Maybe that can be improved to a little bit more.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is going to be opening things up here. Again, starting with a pretty good item. In before Happy gets a ring and hates his life. Nobody likes the rings. The only people that want rings are the people that want to get married here in this game. Let's see. It's a cost of attack plus. Okay, I think, especially since Happy likes to get boots and chase on these archers. Doesn't have Death Squad, remember, but this is still under aura, so it should be able to get away like a ninja. I don't know if you want to go this far, so. I would be so tempted if I saw this many skeletons to bring a Wisp and detonate, but I think Happy's good enough that he will pull back the skeletons anyway. I thought he was going to attack the archer. Where's he going? Yeah, he's gonna go for the archer, which can be cloaked, so not gonna be able to get that. That one ghoul taking a lot of damage. You're happy? The skeletons were supposed to tank that. That gives level 2. Oh my! It just keeps on getting worse and worse every time. And once again, we had extra wisps made. I should have paid attention a little bit more to his build, but I guess I can't count now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there is a 9th wisp here. So 9 wisps on the wood before taking. I think Life got his priorities straight. He doesn't want to attack super fast. He wants to make sure he's gonna have enough food. Yeah, even if he loses a couple of his wisps, start dual lore very quickly after his tier 2, and he gets extra Moonwells in the start, so that if you rush this guy, or if he has to heal anything, look at how much Moonwells juice he's gonna have. Just you can't really kill anything as him. He did buy the staff here, interestingly. I guess maybe he didn't have the gold just yet. Yeah, against this many ghouls and unholy or Death Knight, you'd want to get a staff, but no, I guess he can make extra careful. He stays super far away from this. I think he's just trying to look and prevent Happy from creeping anything, because if Happy starts a camp and he has a Demon Hunter in his back attacking everything, that makes it very difficult for him to complete this camp. What died? Detonated, I guess? Or maybe the skeleton just expired. I think that was the wisp that was there. Playing with fire here a little bit. In the meantime, we've got tech on the way here for both players. Huntress all started for life 2. Doesn't have vision up this ramp here. Oh! Happy must be like, just let yourself get surrounded. Enough is enough. I mean, they're going to do this dance forever here, and I don't think a surround is ever going to land, because life is just not going to let that happen. Oh! What? Oh, he's got a panda. So he actually wanted, technically, maybe to even get surrounded there. It's going to get to chasing on these ghouls and force them back. Happy there is not much he can do at this point. So funny, by the way, that he has an extra acolyte every time, because he opens up with one more. That guy's ready to build buildings while the rest is always mining consistently. Can I pull some more ghouls from the wood here? Maybe try and get some surround. That panda is actually slowed for a very long time. That's not a full surround, is it? Oh, he closes that now. One of the ghouls is going to be targeted there. And I think that's going to die unless he TPs it. Oh, he transfers the TP at the last second. That was so sick. Making sure he doesn't lose his panda there. But that's a very important TP that was used there. I like this build order, by the way. It really feels like Life has perfected his build order super well. Like he starts double lore when he's tier 2, he gets a second hero, and then usually when those two are halfway through done, that's when he has finally the Golden Wood start Tree of Eternity. His Ancient of War is always in movement, by the way. From that first camp, it's gonna start moving there, so then later on, whenever it's done with the harassment, he can move in that position, creep that super fast. Keep in mind, there is no Staff of Teleportation here. Neither player has lost a lot here in this game. I think it's the first time we've seen, even though there's been, a lot of dancing going around. I mean, the panda for the most part was TP'd. Oh, he's gonna try to steal. Happy gets it, gets the item as well, a health stone. I don't think he can go for a surround with these low hit point schools. He's gonna go for it. No, he can get it. And Panda comes in from behind here to try and finish some of these ghouls. He gets level 2 from them. Happy just cannot catch a break. Life is everywhere. Every time he needs to be somewhere. Breath of Fire doesn't quite get it. That was sick. Such a high level game here. Level 1 Lich is now there with Nova. I already used one of those. Black Citadel now about to finish.
A player's forces
Orb of Corruption surely is going to be picked up shortly, but there's already Dryads out there ready to chase on units of Happy to try and take them out super fast. Still pulling some ghouls here. Trying to do some creeping. He's just going to Nova that one Wisp, but I think Life knows that he's there now, so does he go for the Creep Jack? Yeah, that's the big question. Keep in mind, like I said before, Life right now, item-wise, is very short on everything. He doesn't have any staff, no invuln potion. So if he moves in that position and actually fights, he could be in trouble. He wouldn't be able to potentially even pull back. Death Coil maybe going to be forced here. Yeah, Happy delays it a little bit, but he's going to be able to use that on time. Keep in mind that's a Death Knight level 3 here against Demon Hunter level 2. He TP's out here. Afraid that he would lose a lot of units. He's happy with taking the camp, I guess. That's not the TP you're the happiest about, but I guess he did save his units here for the most part. And
forces are under attack.
just gonna grab another one and then move out and start creeping again, I think, in a second. Actually, no, he gets Orb of Corruption. That Ancient of War, by the way, oh my god, he's everywhere. That guy was there in the start, got this camp, then he was there and got this, then he moved it here immediately, and then he always times perfectly. It's like he has a planning. He has like a schedule. Every single time the Ancient of War is in position, Life will make sure that he's there, ready to creep that camp. And for some of you guys, it might not be super impressive. You might be like, well, of course, I mean, he's a pro player, right? So, I mean, but I don't see too many players do that as well in terms of synchronization with the rest of the army. So that's why I'm very impressed here in particular at this one. Lich would love to get closer to level 3 here, but first he has to get level 2 here. And now bears are gonna get in there. Keep in mind, Happy has no TP and he didn't even buy one, so he's gonna try to fight this one, but he has no destroyers here just yet. Oh, he doesn't have the upgrades. And he didn't have Frenzy as well. He's losing everything that he's got. This is really starting to look like a 3-0 here. Life is just unstoppable. He's gonna snipe the statues like before they can even transform. Happy TPs, but he loses one of those very important statues. This must be getting depressing here at this point from Happy, I'm sure. I mean, I don't see, like, how do you counter an elf that plays like this? I think so well. Wow, I'm kind of speechless. Like, Life is making it look so easy. He's everywhere he needs to be, every time he needs to be there. Just gonna use some clarities here on his panda just to make sure he gets a lot of mana back on it. Also preserves his Moonwell juice a lot for the part here. Circlets or?
A player's forces are
I guess he can afford to save quite a bit. Gonna leave the orb of production on Death Knight so he can take out that Drake a little bit faster. In the meantime, we've got Fiends and statues being made here, destroyers plus spiders. One army once again gets finished. Unhappy. Gonna get a big camp here. He's going. Oh my god, he might lose his slaughterhouse. So he has to run all the way back. Gets Vampiric Aura pretty useless in this situation. Getting a true shot would have been really good. That's gonna be a snipe. It's funny because I was thinking he should even go for this, but imagine if he had. And by the way, look who's ready. He's always there, he's always ready, he's always in position. The goal is gonna start before the fight even begins here. Statue taking a lot of damage. And actually mana burns the mana from the statue, preventing any kind of absorbing here of energy onto that one before the fight begins. Death Knight still doing a little bit of running around. He's got one Death Coil available. As Life opted to mana burn the Lich here. That's one more spider dying here. Demon until level 4 now, that's gonna be evasion level 2. I don't think he has dual staff, so we'll start losing some unit. Death Knight going really low on hit points. The Lich wasn't even attacking, so no unit is losing armor there and getting close to dying. Oh, Demon went very far. He could block that a little bit. Forced to use a potion. Look at how deep Life is. I think he knows. Staff is back now, so he can just staff the Demon out whenever he needs to, and then he can TP with the Panda. And he's gonna use a Breath of Fire, I think, before to do a lot of damage. No Death Coil available. Even targeting. At this point, he's almost making fun of Happy. Like, even targeting one of the Ziggurat's. He's gonna TP behind this. Maybe lose one bear, but damage has been dealt here, really. Well, that is not good. I can't believe he attacked that. He's like, hey, I'm here. And in the meantime, second base is gonna be going up.
A player's forces are under attack.
For the Chinese Night Elf player Life. I guess he knows he's going to be on the siege on this base here in a second, so he's not even going to bother move there and take that. And Happy is actually moving across the map with not a very healthy army, to be honest. And he starts the camp! He's going to be Creepjack. Okay, well, this is like the nightmare. Right now, Life is Happy as Freddy Krueger. He's making every single one of his nightmares happen, and that one Lich is going to be targeted, taking a lot of damage. That was the only card that's going to be available here for this fight. Roll of the Beast, or Roar rather, is being used here from one of the Brutes of the Claw. He saves the Lich here with a Zeppelin to try and get out of there, so Happy somehow salvages the situation. He's bought himself a little bit more time in this game, which I thought was going to come to an abrupt end. That's going to be a sell, by the way. Terrible item for an undead. Gets a Invuln potion, and Happy's trying to regroup in a last-ditch effort to try and win a fight against the Night Elves that's just been unstoppable the whole way here. Or maybe this Roar on the Demon Hunter. Death Knight is trapped outside too. Like, he cannot even rejoin the rest of his family home. Step on the Blight here to try and regenerate a little bit faster. That Lich, not exactly healthy. I think a Breath of Fire and a Death Coil might kill her, so he's just gonna use a healing potion. And again, the Slaughterhouse is being targeted, and I think he's going to be able to take it out as well. Riots have to be careful. He targets the Destroyer. There is no coil yet. Now there is, but the statues gets caught. Absorb. Happy. on the verge here of elimination in those quarterfinals, trying to stay alive. He's on 31 supply against 58. And life is not showing any signs of slowing down here. 0 upgrades. Not upgrading any more than that. Just getting
A player's forces are under attack.
bears. Happy with his archer and dryad count, which is actually pretty crazy that he keeps these archers the whole game. Guy never died. These are the guys that he made in the very start of this game. For Happy now, it must be starting to sink in a little bit that, you know, this may be it. Demon Hunter going super deep every time, but knowing that there is a staff available also kind of discourages the undeads to even try and go for some focus fire. Guess he runs out of the question with ranged units anyway. Life just gonna go straight for that Black Citadel, doing a lot of damage to it here. These acolytes are gonna be threatened in a second. The next press of fire could do a lot, but he's kind of running out of mana here. You don't want to be overextending if your life, which I think is what Happy is counting on. But life very easily could just pull back. But that's gonna give some more XP. Like, this is a dead bear. That's gonna give level 4 to Death Knight unless he... Oh, he pulls it back. Okay, Happy just cannot gain any kind of momentum here in this series. It's just crazy. Every single time something good's about to happen for him, somehow it goes wrong and it doesn't happen then. Death Knight very low on hit points. I guess it's good that he has the shop all the way back there, because otherwise that would have been dead a long time ago as well. 36 supply,
A player's forces
70.
are under attack.
And life is just going to be falling back. He's happy. He's got a second base. He could even walk his main tree after he's mined out here to a new base, but he's still got like 3,000 gold. I'm a bit surprised actually he hasn't made any more dryads, but I guess he knows better than me how to mix them. A bit of a block. Okay, now he's waiting for that Moonwell to finish. Getting a TP, healing scroll, invuln as well. Maybe a shop here would have been nice too, but I mean, in such a good position anyway here, life. That's. I don't think he's too worried about too many things. And again, we're gonna go for another round. Happy sending his Zeppelin across here to try a little bit of scouting with it. Death Knight starting a fight with pretty close to no mana is usually a bad news. Lich as well doesn't have any. For Happy here, there really isn't much to do other than hope that, I guess, somehow life really messes up, takes really bad fight, loses both heroes. But even then, he could just instant revive, so it will still be hard. But then I guess Happy might have some sort of a chance. Some good target fire behind this. Like, you can snowball out of control. Sometimes Black Citadel is gonna go down. That gives Panda level 4. Trying to save everything that he can, and GG finally gets called. Life with the 3-0 victory here. The Ting Warcraft Invitational quarterfinals. An extremely solid performance here out of him. A replay